Just shot the video of this bitch. Hey, talking about, man. Ooh, huh?
Tori on the beat.
Alright, you guys, so right now I don't even know where we're at. It was a surprise, and now we're somewhere in Texas.
That's a lot of people.
An hour outside of Houston.
Location,
Wedding?
the location is unknown,
No.
but you guys are gonna see just a nice behind the scenes of what we got going on.
This could be a wedding.
So, yeah.
A wedding venue?
Oh, you said
Chris thinks he's in a video game.
Hey, this shit cool.
You doing it?
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, you guys, so right now we're about to do wine tasting at this spot right over here. We have Francesca, Renee, Walter. It's our first time. Hopefully, I think this will be a cool experience. I'm gonna show you guys what it's like.
Tori on the beat.
It's cool.
We got to the one in Fredericksburg, like the one bar house here.
So I typically when I start here and then make my way around.
Yeah.
I'll get right in between you guys. Oh, happy birthday to both of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Huh? I know her too.
Whoa.
So this is where the magic starts at Chapelton. We bring in all of our grapes through that garage door over there. And this is considered our crush pad, like here and there. That room that's closed over there there's just boxes of wine in there. It's not very exciting right now. That's like a seasonal operational room. Right now we have all of our case goods in there because our barrel room is full. But when our barrel room isn't full, we put case goods in there. We actually do active live fermentation in that step. So all you're left with is the skins, the juice, the pulp, and the seeds. And from there, all of our white grapes or our rosé, our grapes we're making for rosé or whites will go straight into the press from the crusher this summer. So we do two things at one time. So this thing has a bladder on the inside that inflates. We put all the grapes in, it inflates and it presses all the juice out of the skins. You're just left with just the juice. It's upside down right now, that's why you can't see it. But there is a door and grapes on the other side. So it'll spin and press all the juice out. From there, the white rosé juice will go into a tank for fermentation. So with all wines, all grape juice, you add yeast, and the yeast will eat the sugar and turn into alcohol. So that's the basis on how wine's made. You can technically make wine at home by doing that. Don't highly recommend it, but you can try it. So the yeast will eat all the sugar and turn into alcohol. If you guys are used to eating grapes from like H-E-B, wine grapes are typically double or triple the amount of sweetness than the H-E-B grapes are. They're actually the most delicious grapes you'll ever taste. But we use them all for wine making. You have to crush this down and go straight into the press and just take all the juice out right away to make that. Do you have questions?
That's it. There's something new today.
Yes, perfect. I hope you learned more. I have lots of fun facts today.
On a quick note right there with the grapes being really sweet, do they add anything different to those versus like what you buy at H-E-B? Like
It's just different vines. So, well, there's actually two parts of that. One is there's specific types of grapes that are used for wine making. So like Cabernet Sauvignon grapes, you're not going to find in H-E-B. So there's different grape varietals that are used for wine. Also, if you look at pictures of a grape vineyard that's used for winemaking versus a grape vineyard that's used for H-E-B grapes or for store grapes, we actually not starve our grapes, but we give them just enough water to survive, but not too much where they will be saturated ocean. It's really murky, foggy, there's some sediment in there. So we put it through this filter, and what I love about this filter is the wine tastes the same going in as it tastes coming out, so it's not changing the flavor of everything, but it's stripping all the yuckiness out of it. We actually put in some Sauvignon Blanc that was like kind of brown. It looked dirty, there was no dirt in it, but it just had sediment from the grapes in there. We put it in, came out crystal clear, beautiful Sauvignon Blanc color. So yeah, super fancy, lovely machine. We haven't named her yet, but we're working on it. Let's see what we're gonna name her this year. So excited, we're bottling this in a few weeks. But I went to Argentina in February and actually sourced these grapes myself. So I got to tour a bunch of vineyards, taste grapes. I picked the vineyard that we liked the most, ate some grapes, made sure they were good, and then we said, these are the grapes we want you to pick.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so like some of them say that you like harvested 2022. So what variables can go wrong when you're waiting that long before you?
A lot of things can go wrong.
Okay.
The main rule of thumb is we want the least amount of oxygen to touch your wine before it goes into your glass. So we always say like winemaking is 50% art, like the wine's just gonna do what it wants to do. 25% science, there is some scientific things to it, and 25% clean. We have to make sure everything is like super clean, free of bacteria. We want to make sure everything's sealed properly because oxygen is the #1 spoiler for wine.
$30.
550.
I said 30.
So the empty bottle goes in end over there, and then here's the filling station. So we pump the wine from the tank into
2,000 bottles.
and it works like a curve.
I said 30.
This is a corker right here. You can see there are corks in here ready to go into the bottle. And then this is this side is capsule and label. So the capsules are those like foils that go on top of your bottles that you have to cut off before you open. So this is what the robot puts it on top of the bottle, and then it gets heat sealed with this heat sealer here. And then the label are
Does it adjust the quality though?
let's just say
The quality changes. I don't know if you guys heard. This right here cost a Porsche. This is so cool.
Yeah, like birthday. 3, 2, 1. Clink, 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 clink.
So this is our Chapelton Vineyards barrel room. This is my favorite room in the house. All of these barrels are oak. They are a mix of French and American oak. French oak barrels are traditionally used for a little bit more softer mouthfeel and a little more silky smooth like oak influence. And American oak is typically a little bit more of a punch and a little bit heavier oak influence. So barrels are used for 2 different reasons. One is for microscopic oxygen aging. So they are used for aging. Basically, wine really needs a ton, like microscopic oxygen to kind of age the wine, but too much oxygen will ruin the wine. So it's like a really, really big balance. But barrels are porous, so it lets in microscopic oxygen to help age the wine. And then 2 is the flavor. So the flavor of the oak will influence the wine as well. All the barrels with the white tags have wine in them. We just filled our barrels with our 2023 Merlot and Zinfandel from California. And then we have some empty barrels that are getting ready to be filled with our Washington grapes and our Texas grapes as well. It's about like
600
8 clusters.
grapes.
Yeah, it's like 8.5 clusters. So if you think about when you cut, or you have like a cluster of grapes, there's about 8 of those in your glass.
How do you gain so much knowledge when it comes to
A lot of it's just experience. So I've been in the industry for 12 years. I started in San Diego in a small wine region called Ramona. They have about 40 wineries, but all like small family owned. But because it was small and family owned, I did everything. I worked in the vineyard, I worked the tasting room, I ran the wine club, I ran the events, I helped make the wine, and so it's kind of a great experience to kind of learn everything. And then I went, Sonoma State has a wine business management certification, so I learned more of the business side from that.
All right, you guys, I would definitely recommend Chapelton Vineyards. I definitely recommend it. They have a beautiful property. It does get super dark, as you guys can see. It's like literally pitch black, but I definitely recommend it. We had a really good time. It was a really nice experience. They gave us a tour of their property and they educated us on how they make their wines. We spoke with the owners, kind of heard a little bit about their backstory and their family. And I think we'll definitely be here. You live in Texas and around the Houston area, this is definitely a place that you probably do want to check out. Anyways, guys, it's your boy Chris Alia, aka CEasy, and I'm out.